crap, someone's already watching? Okay. Holy crap, someone's already watching? Okay. Holy crap, someone's already. Well, hello, person who appeared. Oh, wait, I think that's me. I'm dumb. Yeah, it's probably just me. Especially since I haven't done the sharing of the shit live. That, that might be kind of detrimental like and shit. But yeah, they may be important. Oh well. Okay. Just gonna do that. Take a drink of this drink. And I'll finish finally. No, I'm not sponsored, nor will I ever be. Too insane. Too perverted. You're gonna see my PJs. I do apologize. I forgot to grab my water ahead of time. Fat man returning. Fat man returning. Oh, here we go. This, kids. Why you do them stretches, even though they suck. You exercise, even though it sucks. And you do it. You just do it. Because then you'll end up like this lazy dumbass. And that should be something you strive to avoid. The more you know. I just gotta wait for, in case anyone has shown up. I doubt it. I don't think anyone's done shown up. I don't think anyone really will be, but just in case anyone has, right now what's taking me so long to get started is that I am sharing the stuff that wasn't supposed to go over there. Whatever. Sure, that works. Yeah, it's what be. I'm really not gonna miss this PC in the slightest. Oh, I should probably let the homie know. Hold on, people. I'll put it in emoji. Say the dude don't feel like he got to. Or shrug. Yeah, the phone versions of some of these things are just better looking. Okay. There's one place and at last the other. Cool. We are done with that. mental help. Obviously. Okay. I've never used this site. I should probably. Gonna put that in the chat. I have to be signed into my own channel so I can put into my live stream. Are you kidding me? I find that dumb. I'm already signed in because I have it open to be streaming. Okay, the Streamlabs is never gonna see this. Let's first be real. Okay, let's just be serious here. It's never gonna see this. Streamlabs is never gonna see this. But I'm already streaming to the video. I shouldn't have to leave whatever I was doing, sign into the YouTube channel that I'm already signed into and streaming to, just so I can then type something in my own chat. Okay? I shouldn't have to do that. That's really effing dumb. Like, literally, I can't even, from here within Streamlabs, I cannot send anything to chat. If I need to send anything to chat, I'm effed. That's so dumb. Like, that should never be how this works. Sorry y'all have to see all this unnecessary shite. I do apologize. I'm fixing it as I speak. Oh, whoops. I did not realize caps was on. Whoops. Alright. And there's an error. There. Just so that now when people come in, they have that extra oomph, that knowledge, that this is the reason for this. I'm not going to say anything nice, but I'm not going to say anything mean yet, because I haven't really used this thing ever and never heard of it. I just want to give it the benefit of the doubt real quick, and if it fails, or if it sucks, then oh well, I have a very effortless plan B that'll work with no effort on my end. So, I mean, it might not be as exciting for you people then, but we'll see. And maybe you'll get some comedic laughs out of me trying to make this unknown site work. Who knows? This might be just a wild ride of insanity and questioning why is the idiot so stupid. We'll see. But now, without further ado, and just in case I need this thing still open for insert reason here, I will leave it open. Hopefully I will not need it. I hope. Alright. Now, let me give some backstory here. For the past, I want to say, roughly half a year to a year, I've been working on a Digimon D&D. Now, the thing is that there are plenty of existing Digimon D&Ds. It's just that some of them aren't really kind of gelling with the King style of DMing. So to kind of give you guys a mental image, my DMing style is chaos And fun is the most important thing. I'm not against the rules that are in D&D. It's just I am of the opinion of if a rule does not work or is ruining the fun, then flip that rule the bird and either alter it or delete it. If depending on situation and how bad is it affecting the game experience. I'm also very much of the mindset that I want my players by the end, when everything's all said and everything is done, I want my players to feel like not only are they badasses, but that they arrived at badass of their own accord. I don't want them to feel like I railroaded them into being badasses. I want them to feel like that naturally. Now, there's also other things I do need to say ahead of time to kind of give you an image of myself as a DM. I'm the type of DM who, if you pull off something absolutely just brilliant, if you decide, instead of fighting this overpowered enemy where I would take crap tons of damage and possibly die, if you are someone who is damn crafty enough to say, you know what? I don't want to fight this guy. I'm just going to bring down the cave on his ass. I'm not going to lie. If you roll well enough for it, I'm going to reward you after that. I'm the DM who wants to reward out of the box or just clever ideas. I also kind of want to reward being funny. Not to the point of where you cannot be serious. Just if you do something that's hilarious and it manages to work to let's say your whole goal is we're just going to use a certain D&D video that's out there. I'm not going to say what or who because I don't know if I'm allowed to do shoutouts. I don't know if they get pissed about that. I don't really know, so all I'm going to say this is if you roll to poke someone in the eye, freaking Three Stooges style, and you take out their eyeballs in the process because you did way too well, I'm going to just reward you by pretty much, if you decide you want to try and get away with something a little extra, yeah, okay, let's do that. I'm very much of the, I want to reward you when not only do you do something funny, but to make it even better, you manage to do so well at it that it goes off the rails. I'm very much the DM who loves the chaos. I love the comedy. I love when my players are having fun and laughing their asses off at times. So, now, for this, I'm going to have to be on a more serious note for a little while here. Ignore the whole cookies thing. I'm not going to accept that. It can rot. I'm just going to ignore it. If that means that I can't save this thing to a browser storage, so be it. I'll just go get up a blank PDF. Problem solved. Now, I'm going to say this much. For the Digimon D&D, I'm going to be kind of having to do some double checking of some things because while I remember way too much about Digimon, actually I need to bring back that friggin' search tab just in case. Okay. Now it's been a very long time since I last watched Digimon, and let's be honest here, the shows, while kind of direct-ish about what Digivolution lines, they're not 100% spelled out very well. So what I am going to have to do is I'm going to have to remind myself of certain things. Like, for example, one thing I know I'm going to have to search up, literally right now even, is I have to remind myself what is the in-training 1 and 2 form for certain Digimon. I don't remember those all the time, okay? I remember some of them, not enough. I don't remember every single in-training Digimon, sadly. I remember a lot of the rookies, tons of rookies. I remember too many champions. I remember too many ultimates. I don't really remember in-training 1 and 2 very clearly. And while I still have tons of other knowledge, I still don't know why I have. I can remember that, but I cannot remember freaking high school, senior level, freaking division, or multiplication. Really? Really? I mean, give me enough time, I'll work it out, but ugh. Wrong. So, to make up for that, let's start off simplistically as we can. Okay? I'm going to explain something right now. What you're going to see here is basically me just making some pre-made race settings. Now, in Digimon D&D, this, if you decide you don't want to go with the pre-made Digimon, you want to make your own Digimon. You want to pull a Takato and you want to make your own Digimon from scratch. I am all for it. There's only one problem. You got to let me know and we got to talk it through. We have to talk the whole time from the training phase all the way up to the, if you're going to go that far, you're going to have to tell me all the way to the Mega. We're going to have to talk each and every step out. Yeah. You got to remember, even with these pre-made characters, we're still going to have to talk at some point because you're going to digivolve eventually. Now, digivolving works like this. You are not going to have it at level 1 at all. No, really. At level 1, you're going to have absolutely zero access to digivolving at all. No access. On top of all of that, as if that's really just kind of not enough, on top of having no Digivolution access at level 1, there is a couple of things. One, you're going to be starting off at In Training 2. You're going to be starting there. That's where you're going to be opening the game out. That's where you're going to be starting at. It doesn't get better or easier, I'm afraid, for the players. On top of starting off at In Training 2, you also are going to be pretty limited. You're basically going to be whatever class you choose, which this is where things get tons of easier as well. For class, it's typical D&D 5e. Just no Artificer. That's it. No, not really. For class, that's literally it. It's just like normal D&D 5e. No bell, no whistle, no what the F is this, no unique class per se. It's pretty much the same thing, just D&D 5e, the Digimon painted edition. Now, I'm going to say this. Obviously, if you hire a Digimon that has no arms, you're going to have to attack in alternative ways. And you're not going to be able to hit nobody with your arms. Because, what arms? Common sense, really. It'll be up to you then to talk with me extra. Because we'll have to talk a lot. Even more so if you decide to double dip and go, I made my own Digimon from scratch, and I have no arms. We're going to have to talk a long time. Like, we have to talk a lot. A lot. I cannot emphasize that hard enough, and I am actually trying in my head to emphasize it harder. So much talking. Now, here's how Digivolution kind of works. Basically, once you do finally get to that level of where you can Digivolve, outside of Digivolve into Rookie, Rookie is the one that actually can be locked. The thing is that the Rookie is the only one that can be locked. And it's also the only one that won't really cost you a point. Now, I said point. Basically, kind of like with spells where you fill in a bubble every time you cast a spell, and once you've hit the max you can use, you have to take a long rest. This is kind of a similar methodology here. For Digimon 5e, Digivolution kind of is a similar method. In order to use it, you have to ensure you have enough bubbles. You don't have any more bubbles, that means you have to call it a day and take a nap. A nice whole day sized nap. You have to be done for the day. Now, With that said, there is some things to point out. How many of these Digivolution bubbles you get, this is decided by a couple factors. One, your level. Two, the Digivolution conversations that we will have. These things are borderline detrimental to it. Do you want to be able to Digivolve to Mega? Okay, you and I have to have that talk. Then once you get up to a point of where you can actually do that, I will then talk to you about how that is going to work. Now, does class or subclass affect the number of Digivolving points you have allotted? No. Those are decided solely based off of the us and your level. Nothing more. Now, with that said, are you going to be locked off to Mega until you're level 20 in your class? Or as a character in general? No. And no. This is once again decided by, while you guys do get an input in it, this one is more decided by myself. This is decided by how much do I want to ramp up the difficulty, and if I ramp up the difficulty hard, I'm going to then adjust what level you guys can Digivolve to based off of how much and how hard do I jack up the difficulty. If I jack up the difficulty to the point of where you lot are 15 going up against 20 or some crazy number, then yeah, I'll start to mess with you guys and say, okay, yeah, y'all can jump to Mega level now or something, right? I'll say stuff along those lines. I'll make it clear, cut and dry, that yes, the difficulty has ramped up to the point where you're kind of fighting some messed up odds, but you guys have access to the Mega levels now, so good luck. This is done mostly just to kind of nudge the player into kind of not feeling like now they're fighting a whole team of 20s. What do we do now? We can only get to the ultimate level. What do we do? And then you're like, oh, we have access to Mega? And I want you guys to have that moment where it clicks that you have finally become death itself. Like I said, I want you guys feeling badass. I want you guys feeling badass. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's a whole heavy, long-ass list of Digivolution options. I am going to say that you can, to a degree, mix and match if you want. But there are some catches. You have to understand the rule sets that apply for each one. Okay? We'll get to those right now. Right now, let's start making the pre-gens. Okay? Now, we're going to start off with a pretty, basically basic one, really. We're going to start off with, like I said, really basic. Really simple. Okay? We are going to start with... Actually, we should look up his in training form and type that in, because that kind of is kind of needed. Oops. Yeah. That's how I spell training. I've probably butchered that word, but we will fix that later. In training 2. Alright then. We'll. Okay. Training 2. Really? That cannot be right. Huh. Well, that's kind of a mind screw. Is that real? For real? I mean, that's surprising. If that's true, I mean. Falls from here's from the wiki. Although to be fair, I trust wikis with very minimalistness. Yikes. Okay. I mean, okay, so that last thing that might not be. Wait, did you, as in the ultimate level Digimon Digitamamon? Oh no, it means the egg. Okay. That makes ton more sense. Now I don't have to give a ton of shit. I can skip ridiculing. Thank goodness. Hmm. Uh-huh. Hello? Hi. Said to go back. East. Okay. From Cormon, really? Okay. I see what these are supposed to be now. They're different games that say that these are the ones. Okay. Really? Mm, oops. Sorry. I forgot this thing is so close. I really do wish this microphone was mounted so it's just out of the way. Huh. Okay. I think probably easier it is to just go Pagu. Yeah. Alright. So what we'll run with, just because it's a little bit easier to work with, we'll go with the this. Uh, Now, to be fair, I'm kind of trying to run with a certain methodology here. I'm taking a little bit of inspiration from certain Digimon games where they kind of showcase and focus on the three different typings of, or I should call them personality traits, I guess you can think of them. What you think of them isn't the important bit. I just call them attributes because I'm lazy. Anyways, so I'm basically taking some inspiration for the pre-gen option for the pre-made options. I'm going with 2 virus types and then 2 vaccine types and 2 data types. Now, those of you who don't know what this is, congratulations, your life is enriched by a ton. I just realized my thing here is not exactly properly there. There we go, fixed. Anyways, so because you do not know these typings, your life is better, believe me. I've been trying to delete Digimon stuff from my brain because I'm tired of the games sucking, the shows kind of sucking. I'm just kind of tired of it. I keep waiting for them to get better, and I've been waiting for them to get better for more than 25 years. I think now we're getting close to 30 years already, as depressing as that sentence is. But basically, I've been waiting for them to get better. They haven't gotten any better, so oh well. But I have, because of how intense my love for Digimon has always been, I still remember far more than I should. But basically, think of these typings as something as a middle ground between astrology and kind of a more accurate version, I should say, of astrology, mostly because that's how the shows are deciding to portray things. Basically, think of virus types as kind of your either kind of not very good people or kind of more your outright evil people. While the vaccine is kind of your very moral people, people who are all about justice first and foremost, morality first and foremost. While data type is kind of your harmony, your hippies. They're basically kind of under this delusion that we should just all automatically, magically be friends 24/7 at all times and work together constantly 24/7 and care about the us 24/7. I'm gonna flip all that shite to bird though, and I'm kind of gonna just I'm not gonna force people to fall in line with whatever typing there is. That part has always pissed me off and has always been the dumbest thing. One of the dumbest things about the Digimon franchise is that virus types were pretty much just automatically evil or not good people, while friggin' vaccine and data were just always default the heroes or good people all the time. It's kind of dumb, and writing wise, it's kind of idiotic. Now, we're not gonna deal with this whole red marking. We're not gonna bother with that because that's not. For once, I'm the one who knows what they're talking about, not the computer. That's a rarity. Man, I'm surprised Smab ain't in here. Huh. That's surprising. I wonder if something's. No, 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 yeah, no, Smab not here. Smab has decided, you know what? Fuck that king. Fuck him. That probably ain't what going down, but I am a dumbass when it comes to comedy. So here we go. All right. For the description, I'm just gonna make a note for me and the player. Not really any kind of fluff text. I'm just gonna skip that entirely. There are reasons why. I'm not gonna say them though, because I kind of want to surprise the players a little bit with it. Plus, whatever stuff I would actually write down here, me and the player have to talk at length anyways. So for right now, it's pretty simplistic. I'm going to say they start off here, and because they are the small, I'm going to say that they probably don't have 30 movement speed, I'm afraid. Mm-hmm. Now, in this case, it's so I'll talk about this stuff right here, ability score increases, with my players again, unfortunately. A lot of stuff here is going to be kind of not actually input until the players. Now, think of this whole race builder thing here as just notes. This is basically just some notes. My players are going to be pretty much inputting the stuff into Rule 20 themselves. This is just kind of pre-gen notes. That's all it really is. Now, when it comes down to it, tons of the stuff, so much of it is just kind of going to be, in a sense, dealt with in time. Now, as a result, tons of this stuff is just getting left blank. There is some things, though, that are still going to be there. But they're going to be there later. Like, for example, I'm not going to click any of these things because these are all this stuff. All of it is getting chosen by the players, not me. Like what skills they have, freaking modifier. So many things here are just getting decided by the players, not me. Weapon proficiencies, spells, you name it. Okay, you effing name it. Okay, so much of this is just empty blank pre-gen crap. It literally has no meaning. Hello, person who has decided to chime in. I hope you managed to get some laughs, or at least make some fun of all of this. But there's our first meaningless pre-gen character. So much of this is kind of meaningless, I'll give you a warning. Mostly because so much of this is filled in by the players, not myself, really. This is just kind of notes. This is a first pre-gen note. Name. Let's see if just typing in. Let's see. Worst case scenario, we might be going to a PDF, which, well. We'll be using a PDF, ladies and gentlemen. And the person left. Goodbye, person. The person was probably me. Let's be honest. Okay. That did not take long at all. PDF editor. Don't I have a PDF editor? No, that's Bing. I need Bing. No. Stop it. There. I thought I already had a PDF editor. Hmm. Huh. Could have sworn I had downloaded a PDF editor. Hmm. Hmm. Huh. Okay. I guess I don't have it anymore. Huh. I'm gonna have to ask someone a question, apparently. That's surprising. Well, I'm gonna have to bug them on stream. Unfortunate. Whoops. Nope. Nope. Butterfingers? Butterfingers. Oh, man. Alright. We will see when Zahomich chimes in with that. But for now, we will just do what we can with what we have. We do not have much, I'm not going to lie. So, for now, what I'll just do is I'll pull up Notepad temporarily. Not exactly the ideal, but it kind of is what it is. So we'll do this just to create a little list here. Whoops, it's too big. Yeah, that's what she said. Sorry, stupid joke. Couldn't help it. Ah. Oh no! What if I then bring that over here? That's strange. Okay. Huh. That is very strange. What if I try and do so from here? Nope. That's really dumb and weird, but okay, I guess I can only do so through that. Let me try something else here. Right here. Here. Expand. And then we'll try. No. Yep. Huh. So it will not show the notepad, it seems. Oh, there it went. That was weird, but okay. Technology is weird in my hands, man, I swear. Technology is very weird and doesn't do what it should. Okay, So I'm sorry if you people are going to be incapable of reading these notes. I'll see what I can do about that later. For right now, just know that at this point in time, it's just a crappy list. It really, until that whole PDF file thing, I literally can't do much more than a list right now. Which sucks, but it literally cannot be helped. And time to look up a reminder real quick. So, Pardona. Ah. Let's see. List of in training 2 Digimon. Now in training 2. Got the 2. There's not just one level of that, there's 2. Okay, maybe 2, sure. No, that's not a list. That's just a description. It's like you're doing this intentionally. What the hell? Oh boy. Apparently this is unknown, but I'm just gonna say this, ladies and gentlemen. There's literally 2 phases. There's baby 1, then there's baby 2. Okay? I want y'all to understand something here. I'm gonna give you some names from an image. This is not all of them, might I add, but these are in training 2 or baby 2 Digimon. Ready? Doraemon, Minomon, Tanemon, Misamon. I can never pronounce this one's name. Kapurimon, Hotmon, Demivimon. I can never remember this one's name. Is it Bud or Bead? Beadmon? Something like that. Kalamon, Fremon, Gigimon, Kyokomon, Gummymon, Kokomon, Pinamon. There's so many more of these. Like this gives me a list of a pretty a decent number of them, but there are still like tons of others, too many others. So yeah, there's so many more. Like there's so many more. Like there's no there's no way for me to ever describe it. There's so many more. Like so many of them. So many. I wish I could ever, in any lifetime, be able to describe the level I am trying to emphasize and can yet never emphasize hard enough. There's too many. These things, there's literally enough Digimon to easily rival Pokemon. Let me give you that for an image. Even after all this time, there is enough Digimon as a whole to rival Pokemon. And I am someone who is a former fan of both, to an extreme of both. Like, you gotta remember, I'm born, bred, and raised on this shit, man. Like, this was my obsession growing up. Whereas other kids had sports, for me, it was Pokemon, Digimon, Power Rangers. If I missed any one of those, and I often did because of my horrible, god awful sleep scheduling and my inability to just outright sleep for many days, believe me, no one knows better than me the number of Pokemon and Digimon. And no, it's not for pleasant reasons. It really isn't. I can promise. It's not for good reasons. Ugh. Oh, I should probably say this. I can't believe I forgot to say this earlier. But I do kind of got to give a little bit of a shout out and thank you. Because honestly, I started binge watching a certain channel's Pokemon D&D just recently. And I'm not going to lie, it helped me a lot. It helped me so much. Like, there's no words to fully describe to you people the way it's helped, because I was struggling so hard to get any progress on making this D&D campaign. I was trying to make it way too complicated. It was just so excessive. And I forgot the most simplest rule when making a campaign. Keep it simple, stupid. If you try and get it too complicated, you get bogged down in details. And you know what? That's even slowly starting to happen later. I'm just gonna do what I always do. Instead of trying to look at the whole list, I'll just specify. Huh? Just by doing that, I think I've chopped the list quite a lot. Uh, uh, Here's an idea. Just pick some data type who I know are rookies and just work backwards from there. So let's start with the Lord of data types himself. We'll start with Patamon. Start with the top one here. I really wish people would ease off the freaking advertisements. Oh my god. I don't care if you sponsor it. I don't give a shit. You can do your sponsorships, but you don't have to do them in the most dickish, excessive way possible. You can literally meet your obligations without being freaking a douche about it. Like when you have 7 or 8 advertisements just on the opening moment, f you. Like advertisements, tons of people have done them in better ways. This is ridiculous. Like it's actually like hardcore carving up my freaking the my PC already kind of sucks and is underpowered for anything and everything. But yikes. it crawled just now. It crawled hard. That's the funniest part is it just tanked. Okay. Let's see. Pinamon bird. It doesn't got typing. Japanese infant or chick. Element type. Oh wait, wasn't free the original name for? I don't feel confident in that. Was okay? Yeah, no. Oh yes, I remember now. Hmm. I can't believe I forgot that. I forgot something apparently. I just got reminded that baby types don't actually fall in typically into the categories of data, vaccine, and virus because they're kind of a blankish slate. I forgot about that detail. Huh. I mean, that one simplifies things a good bit, but it also is kind of surprising. Of all the things I could forget about Digimon, I didn't forget about freaking biomerging. I didn't forget the Royal Knights. I didn't forget freaking. Almost, I want to say, out of all the things I could have forgotten, this is the most odd to forget. So, yeah, that's a thing. Huh. Just, huh. Well, I mean, that does kind of make my job actually quite aggressively easier, if I'm being sincere. Like, it gets pretty easy by comparison. Let's just double check to make sure there's no response. No, there is not, which is fine. We will close that. We will open this. Our job gets a little easier, though. Now that's. There we go. Alright, we've added Pagu, Gigi, Pina, and then I remember the free type thing. That makes this so much quicker. so, so much quicker. It really does. It's actually laughable, really. Um, I do have to make some small decisions because I don't want it kind of too far in any one direction. Right now we have Beast, Dino, Bird. So sure, we'll go with that one. This way we have at least some kind of C type. Oops. Obviously, I'm not going with like the favorites, the ones that everyone's like got a pretty extreme hard on for. The reason why is just simplicity. Really, it's just these are the ones that are pre-gen. These are just ones that are kind of not. I wouldn't say decided for the player. It's just that things are a little more streamlined with these pre-made ones. That's really all it truly is. I do kind of want some degree of option though, so I do have at least 6 of them on there. If I decide I need more, I will add them accordingly. So Pagu, Gigi, Pina, Buka. So let's see. I'm forgetting one of their names. I'll just have to reverse engineer my way to it. Thankfully, that shouldn't be too hard. I don't think. Uh, I think if I reverse engineer my way from my favorite Digimon, ironically enough, I should be able to get its name again. No. No. Oh, that's right. I forgot it was something that's. I forgot it was something that's simplistic. Honestly, that is my own fault. I thought it was something a bit more, uh, well, less on the nose. If I remember correctly, that is how it's spelled. I will double check myself as well. Yep. Bingo. And there's one other one, and I think it's right on here, if I remember correctly. No, it is not. Okay. So I have to reverse engineer my way to the other one. Well, that's going to be a little interesting because I'm not really remembering which Digimon led to it. Was it O1 or O2 team that led to it? Mm, you know what? I think I'll just actually what I'll do to yet even further simplify things is I'll do some small alterations and I'll just kind of make everything gel a little bit better, both immediately and later down the line. That's what I'll do, I think. So, probably people notice I'm using the English names. That's just because my Japanese is pretty limited. I know how to say my name is, and I know how to ask, "Are you okay?" I also know how to say thank you, no, and yes. Or at least I think I remember no. I could be mistaking it for another language. Anyways, I mean, I was gonna put Guillaume because at least then it would be kind of at least I don't know if he's necessarily a fan favorite, but at least he'd be like a well known one. But I think what I'll do is I'll try and kind of avoid that really. So I'm gonna look one thing up real quick. Because one thing I kind of want to try and avoid is too many of any one typing. I kind of want to keep it so this way it's relatively even if I can help it. No, that's Marrow. Wait, what? Oh, really? Demon Maramon's a rookie. Huh. I could have sworn he was in training too. Huh. Oh, that's just my master break. I don't trust that thing as far as I could freaking throw anything. Nah. We'll look somewhere else for info. Is he really a rookie? No. Huh. That's a little inconsistent. Hmm. So, so it's hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's a little interesting. I didn't notice that actually before. Huh. That's actually very interesting. Huh. Like literally in all my time of knowing way too much about Digimon, I have never noticed that Demamaramon's a bit inconsistent. Huh. That is very surprising. Huh. Hmm. Guess it's true what they say. Every day's a school day. Uh huh. I think I'll still add him just because it adds an extra variant. How in the play how it will be handled, I think that's something to talk to the player about. So we've got him down anyways. We'll still have, I don't think, fan favorite either, but we'll just add him nonetheless for variants. Um, hmm. I think what I'll do is I will add that one as well, because that would still be a variant. And technically, it might be interesting to some, maybe. If nothing else, it'll kind of be an eye raiser at least. But I do have to see if I even have the spelling of it right. I'm probably misspelling it a ton. Yeah. Well, actually, not as bad as I was expecting, to be fair. I'm actually kind of a little proud of myself just now. I expected me to butcher the F out of this. Okay. Uh, oh, wait a minute. I think in that variation, he's no longer data. I think he then switches to virus. We will see. Yeah, switches to virus. Darn it. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot to check something as well. I mean, if one of them is, then whatever. Because at least then it still lines up with kind of what I was trying to do. Oh, huh. Well, never mind. That works out perfectly, actually. Especially since, if I remember correctly, Gomamon's a data type, if I'm remembering right. Let's see if I'm actually remembering right, because I just found out I've misremembered some things, so we might as well just double check. But I'm pretty sure he's a data type. No, vaccine. Huh. Neat. Okay. I think what I'll do is I will go with that character, I think, as well. So let's see what we got so far. We'll even just do myself a favor and just kind of mark them down, just for the sake of covering ourselves. No, wrong one. There we go. On virus. Maramon is data, surprisingly. Gomamon vaccine. Tsukaimon virus. Okay. So far it's going good. We got 2 viruses, which means we're done with looking for viruses. Cool. We do still need 1 more data and 1 more vaccine, though, for the pre-made characters. Now, these pre-made characters, they're pre-made to some extent, but they're not to the extent that the last page would have made it out clear, sadly. So what we're going to do instead of doing that is I'm going to emphasize something here. Just because you are a Digimon, at rookie level, there's no crazy buffs. There isn't, really. It's once you're starting to Digivolve, that's when you start getting buffs. That's when you start getting enhancements through the act of being a Digimon. Now, when it comes down to it, when it comes to stuff like, let's say, do you have any starting modifiers? At rookie level, no. At champion, ultimate especially, mega even more so, yes. When you are digivolving, that's once you're past rookie level, you get buffs both depending on your digivolution typing you've chosen, as well as to what level. So, for example, let's say you decided I want to go old school. I want to just go down the straight line, just champion, ultimate, mega level, cut off. Let's say that's what you want to do. That's fine. You'll get buffs depending on what level you're digivolving to. Champion level, you get a small buff. Ultimate, you get a bit heavier of a buff. Mega, you get a hefty increase. Now, you also have your class, which is going to be affecting just stuff constantly. You're still going to be doing like normal 5e when it comes to class and subclasses. Now you just have this potential to get an even bigger buff to whatever category you're preferring or using most, and have decided this is your priority. That's kind of the whole goal here. So just kind of keep that in mind. Is the reason why you don't see any like buffs being written down or +5 this, +5 that. It's because you're starting off as a rookie, level 1, and incapable of digivolving at all. Now, it was going to be you were going to start off as in training 2, and you were going to be digivolving to rookie at level 3 instead. But due to the fact that I do want this kind of the data virus vaccine. I don't want them being the primary thing. I do want them, though, meaning something a little more than what they normally do. Normally, they don't really mean a ton. Aside from, do you do a little extra damage? That's typically it. That's all that amounts to, even though it has such a personality integration. So I just decided, I want it to mean something. So the in training 2 being out the window due to them being all free typing just works out better. It just happens to work out better for the long run as well as the short run, so we're just going to run with it. Now, you are not going to have your. If you want to play a fighter, you don't have to play a Digimon that has arms. You don't have to play a pre made Digimon. You don't. It just means we have to talk. We can easily make it work. I don't care what your Digimon really is. It could be a sentient toothpaste. We can make it work. We just have to talk. That's all that's required to make most any Digimon that pops into your head work. We just have to talk, and that's it. And all I have to do is just keep in mind that the only real hardcore rule is rookies don't have any real buffs. It's the champion, the ultimate, the mega, where buffs start happening. Class will still buff you because, it's your class, it's your fighting style. Those will still buff you. It's just being a Digimon doesn't automatically give you any buffs, really, from rookie level. No. There's nothing there. Now, I need to double check the Digimon that pop in my head to see if they are data or vaccine. So let's start with. I already know Hagurumon's a virus, and I already know that Betamon's a virus because those used to be my A team in the very terrible Digimon World 2. Then again, every Digimon game's pretty bad, but whatever. I don't remember what Candlemon is, so let's check him. Candlemon is a. He's a data. I mean, we already have one data fire in the form of Maramon, so we'll not run with him because that would be ridiculous. So, Oh, wait a minute. The Digimon did pop in my head, but I don't entirely remember their name. Crap. I I really didn't like that Pokemon, so I just never bothered to remember its name. Um, let's see if I can. I probably should have just said list and how I think about it, but oh well, we can fix that right. Oh wait. Okay, here's a list from. I don't tell me it's a list, not list of rookie Digimon. Tempting. Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, I I forgot it was something so stupidly simple. I forgot about that. That's actually almost disappointing. I forgot how simple its name was and how on the nose it was. Yeah. We will add Crabmon, who is a data. And he is also on top of being a. Is that really this capital C? Okay, capital C. Okay. He is a data. He's also water attribute, so it kind of helps to separate him from the others a little bit. So cool. We got the overall data types done, and if I remember correctly, I did just see a vaccine type that would also work pretty well for this. I don't think he's really much of anyone's favorite, but there's at least tons of option to go with this. There's plenty of options for each one of these for when it comes down to Digivolutions, and if you just want to make your own unique, completely made from scratch Digivolution line for these pre-made Digimon, that is completely fine. There's no issue with that at all. We still have to do talking because we can't avoid talking. We're going to have to talk a lot. That's the one downside to this Digimon D&D is when it comes down to there's a lot of talking we people will have to do behind the scenes. It's just kind of unavoidable, really. But yeah, so the other one we're gonna go with. I think the other variation is also up here. I have to scroll pretty far down. Yeah, if I try and do it that way, I'm gonna be here all day. Oh. Oh. I wasn't expecting that. That's weird. Apparently, they got clear Toy Agumon, but they don't have Toy Agumon. That's a little on the strange side. But then again, it could just be because Toy Agumon and Shadow Toy Agumon are pretty much, too similar. I think they're all three vaccines, if I remember right. I very much could be misremembering aggressively, let's be honest. I don't remember what category did Snow Wait. Okay, yeah, now I know for a fact it's actually not. It's just being stupid. Even though they're not the same typing. Okay. Yeah, some things are weird. Digimon's weird at times, people. Just that's the thing to take away from the end of today. They're weird. Okay, so just for the sake of it, we're just gonna go with normal toy, just so I have less typing to do. Toy Agumon. I'm positive I misspelled that. Let us just double check, so that this way I can be made fun of later, as I deserve. Oh. Oh no, I spelled that right. I felt like I had to have missed some E or some other letter in there, but nope, I was dead on apparently. Toy Agumon vaccine. No, there we go. Okay. Now, before I move on to double checking if an answer or response is coming back, let me just make something very kind of crystal clear here. I say that these things are kind of just notes, which is true. There's a reason for why it's just notes. It's because you people who are going to be the players are going to be deciding how you want these things to pan out. I will be those people who say they want to be involved. How did my thing go down again? What the? So, when it comes down to it, honestly and genuinely here, a large, giant chunk of why is because it's ultimately up to you people to decide. Stuff like the way the Digimon Digivolves, I will send you people who have decided you want to be part of this. I will send you a PDF. I will send you a PDF of the Digivolution list and how they operate. Now, I'm going to kind of simplify some things that are in it because the original PDF was designed for Blades in the Dark, not D&D 5e. It was heavily about stress, using only a D6, stuff like that. It had tons of other details in it as well. It was very interesting. It was great for if it meshed with what you wanted. I'm sorry about that. Ugh, that came up out of nowhere. So, when it comes down to it, honestly, it's just kind of how it's going to be. Is that it didn't fit for me, so I just decided I'll kind of remake it. I'll remake it to fit what I need. And thanks to a certain channel's Pokemon D&D, I was able to make some freaking headway, finally. It's taken way too damn long, and my poor person who I've blackmailed / convinced to test this thing for me, they would have been through hell if I didn't simplify this bastard. I needed to simplify this thing bad, because it was getting out of hand. It was getting toxic levels of bad. So thankfully it's fixed now. It's pretty simplified. The only time you're going to get buffs is when you're going in Champion, Alt, Mega, and stuff like that. Your class stuff is also going to be buffing you, but when it comes to just Digivolutions, that's how that'll pan out. The whole, it using kind of like something similar to spell slots also helped to simplify things and speed things along as well. Now, I'm just going to tell you right now, there are no passives. Not for the Digimon themselves. For the Digimon without their class, there's no real passives. Not really. Now, once they start getting into like Champion, Ultimate, Mega, that's when there's gonna be some actual like real passives. Stuff like modifiers. Now, those modifiers will be temporary, and that form is something that cannot be forever. It's something that will last a battle. It will not last the entire fight, and then another fight, and then another fight. It will last one fight. And you're gonna have at first, when you first gain your first ever ability to Digivolve, you will have one Digivolution slot. Only one. Which means you'll have to be very careful. Do I want to access my champion form now? Or do I want to save it for the big bad bastard that's just definitely waiting for us at the end, probably? Or do I need to use it right now because there's some modifiers that would help desperately right now? It'll be up to the players to decide much of these things. And it'll be up to the players to, if they want to do stuff like dark or death evolutions, they will have to come talk to me. They will have to talk to me for a long while. Now, the good news is that they don't have to do that from level 1. By the time they're finally talking to me about their evolutions, they have access to their evolutions. Now, in case anyone's curious, I'm going to be, like I said, level's not really going to be the thing that decides when you get to Digivolve. That'll be largely up to where are we at, how did you guys do in the last round, do I feel like it is needed to help keep you guys up and alive. You gotta remember is I'm the type of DM who doesn't want you to die. I want you by the end of it feeling like a badass who's earned their badass stars. I want y'all to feel good at the end, like I have just pulled off some awesome shite. I feel good. This feels awesome. That's the ultimate end goal. Now, I am going to point out something. Like I said, don't ever feel like you have to go with these characters. You don't like them? Fine. Fuck them. Don't go with them. Ignore them. Pretend that they have all been shot in the head right now if you need to, alright? They are not a requirement. They are not what you have to go with. They are just simplified, pre-made, pre-decided characters who already exist within the world of Digimon. Think of them like you're choosing orc or elf or human or dwarf. They're staples. They're already there. They've already been there the whole time. That's all these guys are. They are just Digimon that have always been here. Always. If you don't want to use a Digimon that already exists, you can. And I encourage you and want you to do right by you and pull some Takato bullshit. Alright? I want you making your own Digimon from scratch. The whole nine. Here's my own Digimon. I have made him from literally F all. And now he lives. If that means you have to pull some Frankenstein bullshit, fine. Do it. Just do it. Literally. And especially with me more so than any other DM that you typically see, alright? I am not a DM who values being tied down and almost choked out by the rules. I am like, if the rules aren't working for you, screw them. Every time. Anytime. All the time. So let's have fun with this. Let's make this awesome. Because it's probably going to take a little time because I've never done a full-length campaign before. I've done some one-shots a few times. And I think more than I want to admit, mind you. There are one-shots that have actually progressed to the point where they wound up taking 2 days unintentionally. Either because I expected them to get to a point quicker or I expected them to be able to steamroll the boss a little easier than they, in the end, did. Ultimately, though, it's something I'm excited for, and I hope you guys are excited for as well. Unfortunately, now this is the part where I check to see if I got a response. If I didn't, we will have to end the stream way earlier than I actually intended, which would be unfortunate, but, can't really be helped. Let's just see what we have here. Unfortunately, the guy has not responded, which is not inherently bad before anyone misunderstands. It just means we have to end this surprise stream quite heftily earlier. The SMAB is here. Yeah. Apology accepted wasn't really needed, really. You either slept or you've been feeling like shit. Either way is a great reason to not be here. Let's be real. Yeah, no sweat, mate. No problem. Really. But yeah, unfortunately, there's really just unless I get a PDF, until I get some kind of PDF maker downloaded, there's just not much more I can do right now. So yeah, what I shall / can and will do is simply wish you well to whoever has decided to become players of the Digimon D&D. Oh wow, alrighty. Wait, why does that say top again? Oh my word. Stay at live. I wish I could default that. Anyways, I woke up at 9 a.m. Just didn't get a notif from Discord. Weird. Anyways, so when it comes down to it, those who decide you want to be players for my full-sized Digimon D&D, good luck. We're gonna have some fun, but it's probably gonna be rocky or long. It's probably gonna be really bumpy ride at first. It's just unavoidable. So, and just to give a heads up to those players again, stay till the end. I know that there's that whole earlier bit where I'm trying to make this site I've never used before work, and it sucks. It honestly does. But like I say, just think of this like kind of like mental notes. These are kind of to help you prepare your mind, because we're gonna get weird. No matter what I do, no matter what I say, no matter what we do, no matter what we say, it's going to get weird. I am gonna just kind of leave this as a note. Because this is Digimon, and because Digimon has always been dark as hell, to the point of where in Digimon Adventure 01, there's literally a nursery of unborn baby Digimon who are all murdered. And not even like murdered like normal, where they can just get reborn once they turn into an egg. Permadeath. Cannot be saved. Cannot be recovered. They cannot be reborn. That's in Adventure 01, the lightest, happiest of the lot. Yeah. Yeah. That's Adventure 01. So, needless to say, if you're someone who wants to kind of add some, darkness or death into it, you will not be refused. You will be demanded to talk with me about it, and you will be expected to explain your thought processes. But it is doable. I cannot emphasize this hard enough. If you want to do dark or death Digivolutions, you can. You just have to talk to me about it. And we also have to talk about how far that will go. So yeah. Here we go. So, I hope you've laughed at me, laughed with me, managed to crack some jokes either about the background, my camera still not freaking being able to be fixed with its stupid focusing problem. Hopefully, and the key word here is hopefully soon I'll be able to get some players, shove this video in their face, and say, here is the minimum you need to know. No artificer. Go for it. We'll see, though, because like I said, I will have to also find players. And I have no clue who going to be the players, who want to be players, either. This should be interesting. But I will, regardless, see you all next week for Elden Ring. And hopefully, I'm thinking maybe Tuesday, I'll put up a poll to kind of get your guys' opinion on whether or not you want me to... This video is required reading. Yeah, it is kind of required just so you have the most minimum info. This is basically, think of it like this. It's required for the minimalist. If you want the extra info, you can get it. But this is just kind of the minimum you need to know. The most bare minimum. Again, I have no clue who's going to be playing. That's going to be interesting. Especially since I'm planning on, with that video, I'm planning on recording it so this way it can get uploaded to YouTube. Or live streamed. I would leave that part, which one, or I would leave that to the players to decide and to be okay with as well. They'd have to be. So that kind of makes an interesting thing. So, I am now blanking what I was just saying before. Oh, Lord. But yeah, basically just I hope you laughed at me, laughed with me, and managed to kind of get a little excited for what is to come. Tuesday I'm going to try and do a poll. That was it. Tuesday I'm going to do a poll to kind of get all of you people who watch my channel, who are on who have any interest, if you subscribed in some way, shape, or form, I really appreciate it, one, because I am somehow, by some blackmail myth magic, I am at 29 subscribers. I don't know. We're here, though. I'd be willing to try your Digimon Dungeons game. That's the title of that video. That when I upload Digimon D&D, that's the title we're running. Digimon and Dungeons. Period. That's too good. That's too good to not use. I would be a shame of a YouTuber. I would be a sham of a D&D fan if I didn't run with that. I would demand being ridiculed by SMAP for the next 9 years if that's not my title of my videos for Digimon D&D. I will hang up my whole YouTube channel if that's not the title. That's too good. D&D meets D&D. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna bother Smab a little later. Like once the whole thing's done and the whole video's being uploaded and stuffs. I'm gonna set up a poll to kind of ask you people: do you want me to continue to do with doing one video a week, knowing that means that whether or not you get a live stream or an opinion video or a review is kind of all over the place? Or would you guys rather I just instead increase my overall number of video outputs to 2 a week, so that this way you can get an opinion video or review and then the live stream instead? I'll leave that up to you people because I'm indecisive as a motherfucker. I need help in my own damn head. But I will see you all next time. I am such a dork.